And I remember we were just connecting and we were waiting for our flight, and then we just saw cameras and lights coming towards us. Hi, my name is Wanjala, one of the co-founders of the Kenyan Boys Choir. The Kenyan Boys Choir was founded in 2004, where myself and 5 of my friends graduated from high school and wanted to continue singing. So what we did was we invited other friends who we had made throughout the years during the Kenyan National Music Festival, and we decided to teach them the songs that we knew and just to continue singing and form a larger group, and we called it the Boys Choir of Kenya then. I remember in 2004, we had a meeting like we need to have a logo, we needed to have an identity back then. So I remember drawing the first logo. My friend who was in charge of t-shirts, we said we need to have t-shirts and just to try and create a brand. And from then on, we kept on working and raising money from our very own pockets, looking for money from wherever. The good thing is we had our parents who supported us so much back in the day, and we were able to come up with an amazing logo. We were able to come up with t-shirts which gave us our identity. Back then we were just plain black t-shirt, of course, Kenyan Boys Choir, with the logo printed on it. We were based at the National Theatre. The National Theatre back in the day, where we just used to rehearse at the parking lot. And every rehearsal we are there meeting at 4 p.m, doing laps around the parking lot, and people are just wondering, what are these boys doing? So we were there minding our own business, and we were singing the song Take Me Out to the Ball Game, a song famously known for baseball. And so we just saw 2 Americans walk by, come to us and say, who are you guys? Like, how are you singing this song? They could not really understand that they could hear this song in Nairobi. And from there, they invited us to go and perform at the American Embassy for the 4th of July celebrations there, Independence Day. We performed, that was in July, 4th of July 2007. When we performed, there was a lady who was there. We didn't know who she was, but she was really inquisitive, like about our drums, about our music, about our rehearsal, about the whole Kenyan Boys Choir. We didn't know who she was then. A week later, we get a phone call. From this lady, and she was calling from New York, and she was asking if all the boys have passports, or how is it, what can we do, because they have an event. They had an event in Las Vegas, and they wanted to showcase Kenya, and the only way for them to showcase Kenya was through the music and the dancing and just the culture that we showed through music at the embassy. And that's what she really wanted to showcase in Vegas. And that was just, I'll say it again, the big break, where we had to look for money to go and apply for passports for those who don't have passports, and then the whole application of visas at the American Embassy. The good thing is, after performing at the 4th of July, it was really easy for them to recognize us, because the entire embassy was there at the celebration, and it was really easy. And 3, 4, 5 weeks down the line, we were in Las Vegas. I can say for me personally, that was my first flight. That was the first time I was in an airplane, and it was really exciting. I could not even believe that what we did. We worked so hard, from nothing. We were just rehearsing from the parking lot. Here we are flying all the way to Vegas. Not just anywhere, not London, not South Africa, not just straight to Vegas. The only Vegas is just by watching it on TV, all these movies and everything, but it was really, really exciting. We went to Vegas and we performed at this huge conference for tour companies. And it was Mikato Safaris which invited us, and the lady was one of the co-founders again and the CEO of Mikato Safaris, and she was really, really happy. And we began, and that was the beginning of our, let's say, international journey. From then on, another company saw us again, Carlson's. They said they loved what we did, and they invited us again in 2008 to go and perform again back in Vegas. So we were back in Vegas in 2008 February. And then an NGO, it's called Africa Arts. They're led by Dr. Fred O, and he wanted us also to go and and perform around schools and churches that his organization work under. So what we did, they roped in from Vegas, we flew down to St. Louis, and then we flew again to LA via Mikato, still the same 2008. And then we got a lot of connects from all these performances. When I say big break because of that one tour, is because having flown from Vegas to St. Louis, we got a lot of return business. We got other companies coming in, and again we went to St. Louis again via the same guy, Furtado, in September of 2008. At that time it was like, I don't know how to call it, high season, or I don't know how to call it, but it was actually campaign season in the US. And you know, Obama that was his first time he was campaigning, and it was his first bid as to become the American president. And we got the chance of performing in Chicago. In December 2008, we got a phone call from the American Embassy here in Nairobi, and this was coming straight from DC, and they said one of the people of Obama campaign team was in one of our concerts in Chicago, and they said they would love to have the choir during the different events around Obama's inauguration. And it was such an honor. That was just something very huge. And I remember we were just connecting and we were waiting for our flight, and then we just saw cameras and lights coming towards us, and we saw these people. BBC was there, and Universal Music came, followed us through. So they said they watched our journey being in DC, and they liked what we did, and they came and they wanted to sign us, you know. Of course it was just a symbol of us agreeing, of course negotiating, but they signed us on our way back to Nairobi from Washington. We were able to do, I think it took us 2-3 weeks to do our album The Spirit of Africa. It was amazing. We went to London in April just to be introduced to the world. Universal did this thing where they invited all these media houses, CNN, BBC, STV, you name them. They were there just to be introduced to the Kenyan Boys Choir. And we did that. We flew to London for a day, went to London for one day, flew back to Nairobi, and then we flew back to launch the album in June 25th or 27th. When Michael Jackson actually died when we landed in London. It was very interesting. It was you know, that's when we launched the album in London, and the journey continued. That was in 2009. 2010 we did an entire tour of the UK courtesy of Universal Music. 2011 we were lucky enough to meet Nelly Furtado. She flew into the country, and we were chosen to go and, you know, mingle with her, and they wanted us to do 2 of her songs, that is Powerless and Back in God's Hand. And it was really an honor for me personally to arrange the music, and we were able to meet Nelly Furtado courtesy of We Charity. And just that one song that she loved, Powerless, that one song made us to fly to Toronto for the first time, flying to Canada for the first time, just to go and perform with Nelly Furtado on stage. And that was another huge milestone, just performing with a Grammy award-winning artist.
Today, Alberta, it's time to get up and put your hands together for Nelly Furtado and the Kenyan Boys Choir!
From then, 2012 we were in Kenya most of the time, did a lot of local shows, trying to connect with our people here. 2013 we met again, Demi Lovato. She flew into the country in August actually, in 2013 again for her birthday. We sang for her her song Skyscraper and Heart Attack. That one song, Skyscraper, made us sing with her again on stage in 2013, which was again a huge thing and a big deal to sing with a Grammy nominated artist.
Everybody please give it up for my friend Darren Chris.
2015 we did another Canadian and the US tour where we were able to meet different artists, share stages with the likes of Shawn Mendes, with the likes of Joe Jonas, you know, Nick Jonas. I did a project with the song Kill 'Em With Kindness by Selena Gomez with Wax Media and the Kenyan Boys Choir. After doing that project, I was able to send the music to the manager of Selena Gomez, and she loved it, and she pushed the idea to Global Citizen Festival in New York, who embraced the idea, and the choir was invited to go to New York to perform on stage Kill 'Em With Kindness. We were meant to perform with Selena Gomez, but unfortunately she was diagnosed with lupus, so we were able just to represent her in New York. That was a huge deal.
I will be honored all the way from my home country to welcome the Kenyan Boys Choir!
We again shared and performed with Usher. Our minds were actually blowing at that time. It was really incredible. He loved what we did, and he's the one who reached out to sing with us.
Around the world being a part of this right now. Joining me in celebrating this incredible song is Ruben Blades, ladies and gentlemen. As well as the Kenyan Boys Choir. Bobby and Lindy.
It was really humbling and such an honor to do that. 2016 was amazing. 2017 was equally amazing, where we had a tour, a North American tour, and we finally were able to meet Selena Gomez in LA. So the only thing that we're doing right now is we are preparing the new album. We're in the creative process, and this album will be special because it involves the boys themselves. They have submitted amazing compositions, amazing arrangements, and we are really looking forward to everyone to hear these amazing sounds from the boys themselves. And I hope once the album is ready, you will support us and buy the album. And yeah, just see us fly and keep flying the Kenyan flag high. Thank you very much.